from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. It's the world champion Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. A participating advertiser of this afternoon's game is Lowenbrow. When you want the taste of a truly great beer, there's really only one. Tonight, let it be Lowenbrow. New England Telephone, a call can keep you closer. Kelly Springfield Tire Company, we're out to change America's tires. Your local McDonald's restaurants, home of the Big Mac sandwich. You deserve a break today at McDonald's. Stop and Shop supermarkets. It's what goes on behind the shelves that makes a supermarket different. And by Pastine Wine and Food Company, Somerville, Massachusetts. And good afternoon once again, everyone. It's Celtics basketball here on Channel 4. Today from the Spectrum, the Celtics shooting for their 15th win in a row in the annual battle for the Atlantic Division title with the Philadelphia 76ers. Coming in, the Celtics a 3.5 game lead over Philadelphia. The Sixers on a roll of their own. They've won 7 of their last 8. Bill, it's the greatest rivalry in basketball, the Celtics and the 76ers. What do you personally like best about a rivalry like this?
I can't really find anything I like about it. I'd just soon have them 10 games behind us and have no rivalry today, you know, when you get to this point. But it's great for basketball. It's great for the people that don't have to sit and look at Philadelphia. And if you're asking me if it's fun, it's no fun. I'm sure it's no fun for Cunningham. We're sitting in the locker room today, players talking about it. I mean, here's 3 years of what we call the same old stuff. But it's a big ball game, and because of that, you know that you're insured of seeing the most competitive game that you could possibly see this time of the year.
The adrenaline has got to be just incredible.
That's right.
For you and the players.
Oh, sure it is. And it's a big ball game. Every time we play, you can't help but think this might be the turning point of the season. Each game means something, and we haven't had much success here. So we're going to try and turn that around today.
Good luck, Coach. Make it 15. We'll be back with the opening tap right after this. And everyone from the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Gil Santos along with Bob Cousy, and the Celtics take on the Philadelphia 76ers. The place rapidly filling up. It will be a full house. Many of the people, I might add, from Boston, as we have been bombarded by notes to say hello at halftime. It would take us a week. There's Bill Fitch. You saw him and Billy Cunningham, the Philadelphia coach, chatting.
Making out like they're buddies, eh?
Right. Coos, the Celtics going for their 15th in a row. They're obviously playing superb basketball right now, really on a roll. But the Sixers aren't doing too shabby themselves. They've won 7 of their last 8. Coming into the game, the Celtics lead the division with a record of 51-15. They're 3.5 games ahead of Philadelphia, 3 in the loss column. The Sixers at 47-18. And obviously a very big game for both teams. If the Celtics win it, that gives them a 4-game cushion with 15 games left. If Philadelphia wins it, now they pull to within 2. So this may be really the pivotal game of the season for both of these clubs.
Oh, I think without question. I wouldn't turn that dial tonight. We might have put a few folks to sleep Friday night, but I'll tell you, we'll wake them up today,
yeah, I think
because
so.
This is going to be a good one. Both teams at the very top of their game. It is a critical game, a bit more for Philadelphia, I think, for obvious reasons. They're 3.5 behind, 3 games in a loss column with 16 games left to play. If they lose tonight, at least in terms of the Atlantic Division home court advantage, I think it'll obviously go to Boston. I don't think they'd have enough time left to catch them. In any event, we've got a full house. A lot of bad blood has been kind of built up between these two teams, and the front offices and the television crew. Everyone's mad at each other, so...
I get the feeling they just don't like us, Coos.
You're just too sensitive, Bill, just because they wouldn't let you up here.
I had to fight 3 guys to get in. Fortunately, they were all small.
I don't think the players will do any fighting in that sense, but I'll tell you, it will be intense, and they will bang off those backboards, and that is the area that I think the Celtics have a significant advantage in. They're out rebounding the 76ers over the span of the year by about 5 rebounds a game. And that's quite an advantage.
Interesting statistic here, Coos, is that over the season, Philadelphia has been out-rebounded by their opponents.
Absolutely. Of course, Dawkins being out, in fairness to Philly, obviously is making a difference here. He will add, you know, considerable bulk and muscle under those boards when and if he gets back for the playoffs. He is still very iffy, I'm told. They've got him working out, but he's not showing the progress they had hoped for. So I think, you know, definitely would need Dawkins.
And he's having trouble just running up and down the floor. They tried to work him out a week ago, and it just didn't work out at all. Philadelphia starting 5 with Hollins and Cheeks at the guards, Caldwell Jones in the middle, Bobby Jones and Julius Erving up front. Mike Bantam has helped them out a lot, Bob, coming over from Indiana in the trade. He has been a valuable player for them.
20-6, I think, since Bantam joined the team.
And since Dawkins went out. And I know you think that they're a better club with Caldwell in the middle, Caldwell-Jones, than they are with Dawkins.
I think it gives them much better motion and mobility offensively, and I think defensively, Caldwell-Jones is about as tough a center, frankly, as there is in the league.
However, it leaves them lacking in the depth department for big people, you know, because after Caldwell-Jones, your biggest guy is 6'9", and that is Bantam. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Grover Washington with our national anthem. Tell you what, he does a job on those notes, doesn't he? There are officials for today. Paul Mihalik on your left and Lee Jones on your right. Well, Coos, what do you think? Celtics going for 15 in a row this afternoon against the 76ers, and obviously, as we've said, a pivotal game. There's a hello from Quincy Rugby Association. Although, all right, the fellows holding that, you see them in the background. They went out and bought white and green tuxedos, and they're wearing them here at the game today. And they're all a bunch of rugby players from Quincy.
I'll tell you, the Celtics fans are outnumbered, but we've got a few of them here.
Yes, and I think they'll be pretty vocal.
Well, we've got a bunch of streaks going here. Philadelphia has won 16 in a row here. Boston, believe it or not. In fact, Cunningham or Fitch, neither one of them have won during the regular season on each other's home courts. The Celtics have not won here in Philadelphia during the regular season in 8 contests now.
Wow.
So, you know, in terms of streaks, you can really try to figure them both ways. Law of averages, Philly hasn't lost in 16 in a row. Right. So you figure their time is coming. By the same token, the Celtics are going for number 15 in a row. So you know, if there's a slight edge, I would think Philadelphia, just in terms of needing this game a little more desperately to stay alive for the division race, might have an edge in that department. Although, hey, the Celtics haven't needed any additional stimulation lately. They're just playing like gangbusters.
All right, Philadelphia controlling the tip, and we're underway from the Spectrum. Maurice Cheeks and now Lionel Hollins. They've got Bobby Jones and the Doctor as the forwards and Caldwell-Jones in the middle. This is Caldwell going a little backdoor to Bobby Jones. It went off Bobby Jones. It'll be Celtics ball coming down.
Max continues to anticipate so well. We saw him do it the other night in Washington. That last play of the game, he got confused on his defensive assignments and still got back in position, stole that ball with a few seconds left, and cemented the victory.
You can see right away the defensive intensity. ML missing the turnaround, and Caldwell-Jones the rebound and a foul on Cedric Maxwell, loose ball foul. But you could see Philadelphia's defensive intensity right away.
Yes, sir. Oh, Caldwell.
And now the Celtics with the same defensive intensity.
Really shook McHale there with what looked like an elbow, although I think they just kind of turned into each other and collided.
All right, Dr. J. And now Bobby Jones. Left-handed shot and offensive foul of Bobby Jones.
Took it off the wrong. Watch him. He takes it off the wrong foot. By that I mean he's going to shoot with his left hand. He should take off the right foot, but you notice he jumps off, propels himself to the basket on his left foot. That brings him into the defensive man and created the offensive charge.
All right, Gerald Henderson, M.L. Carr, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and Cedric Maxwell starting for the Celtics. They continue to use Larry Bird as the sixth man. Nice exchange there between Carr and Henderson, but it went out of bounds off Jones. So we've played 1 minute and 9 seconds without a point being scored.
You know, it's interesting, but these teams are 5 percentage points, both of them below their season's shooting average as a team. Which I think reflects the intensity of the game that you're just talking about now. We've gone a couple of minutes, no score. They get themselves up so high when they play against each other that I think it does affect their overall shooting abilities.
All right, the foul on M.L. Carr. It was the second team foul on the Celtics. Still no score, 1.5 minutes into the game.
Notice they send the double on Jay as soon as they isolate him. And they'll do the same thing generally on Bird. What that means is that the men that are left free must hit a good percentage of their shots.
Good defense by the Celtics, and they come away with a steal. All right, Henderson.
May have a shutout here, old-timer.
They get it inside to McHale for his turnaround. Doesn't get the good bounce, however. Lionel Hollins pushes it up for Philadelphia. Still no score. Still no score. What a block by McHale.
I tell you. McHale and Parrish are doing some kind of job defensively the last few months.
ML kicking it back out to Parrish. Still no score. Philadelphia ball. No Cheeks. We've played 2 minutes. Neither team has been able to drop one down yet. There you see the defensive assignments now as Henderson has Cheeks. Carr has Hollins.
When Philly goes to their set plays, they like to run a lot of isolation for Bird or Jay, and Jay gets it started.
All right, there's the first basket of the game with 9.5 to play in the quarter.
They isolate him over on that left side quickly before Celtics have a chance to double up.
Henderson missing the shot and Caldwell Jones the rebound. They go inside to Caldwell, and it is blocked again by McHale. That's his second block of the game, and the Celtics come up with it.
That's a tough matchup for Caldwell offensively because he's not a real good shooter, doesn't have the kind of moves that's going to free him with McHale.
Robert Parrish not hitting the shot. Maxwell and McHale for the boards. The shot blocked by Caldwell Jones.
I'll tell you, right back at you. Caldwell does it to him. Nice pass by Hollins to Cheeks, who can't get it home.
So it is still 2-0 Philadelphia. We have 8:45. Go ahead, Bob.
I was going to say both teams feature the fast break, obviously. It's hard to choose, really, which one is most effective. They get a lot of baskets off their break.
Oh, nice move. Nice move by Maxwell, but it won't go. However, Robert Parrish rolls it in. The Celtics break the ice. It took them 3.5 minutes to score. And we're tied at 2. 8.5 minutes into the first quarter of what so far has been a defensive duel by both sides. Bobby Jones. And Robert Parrish sweeps it away. Henderson, ML, loses the ball. Both clubs are so good defensively that it not only is tough to get shots off, Bo Cheeks knocks one in. It's tough to just move the ball around.
That kid especially, Philadelphia has 2 kids. Cheeks, who leads the league in steals, and Dr. J, who's up there in the top 10 in steals. He's number 8. They'll come up with 4 or 5 steals a game between them, so you've got to be very careful when, with the ball on offense.
Coming in, Cheeks has 160 steals. The foul was called on Mo Cheeks. The Celtics ball. Cheeks. 7 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the quarter.
Cheeks, by the way, Gil, is one of 2 guards that are way above their season's average against the Celtics.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice play. Just a little alley-oop. McHale was being fronted. Max with a nice pass over the defensive man's head.
2 team fouls now in Philadelphia. 7.5 minutes to go. First quarter, 4-4. Both teams off to slow offensive starts. Both off to dynamite defensive starts. Look at McHale. His third blocked shot.
Oh, boy, is that kid tough. Is that kid tough? There it is. Jay tries to run the baseline. Parrish does a good job stopping his progress, and then McHale just swoops in.
Philadelphia threw the ball away on the inbounds pass. Caldwell Jones couldn't handle it, so the Celtics get it back on the turnover.
8th in the league, McHale is in block shots. Parrish 7th.
McHale into the Chief, and it's 6-4 Celtics. 7 minutes to go, first quarter.
Celtics so far generating a little better offense in terms of the shots they're getting in Philadelphia.
Julius Erving.
See, the last 2 years, Jay has pretty much had to get most of his production against this team. Wow.
Foul on Philadelphia was that nifty. The feed to ML Carr. Let's take a look at it here.
There it is. There's the lead pass to Max, who catches ML coming through without the ball. Gets fouled.
Well, we have a timeout on the floor taken by the Celtics. So 6 minutes and 50 seconds remain to be played in the first quarter. Right now, it is the Boston Celtics 6 and Philadelphia 4.
It's ADAP's Early Bird Super Savings Sale now through April 10th. Save on Fram oil filters now $2.49. Autolite spark plugs now 79 cents for regular, 89 cents for resistor. Plus, get a free car care guide at ADAP when you buy any Fram Extra Life air filter during ADAP's Early Bird Super Savings Sale.
We're ADAP Discount Auto Parts. We'll get you off to a great start.
What could be finer than a glass of Pastine California Chablis?
A whole bottle of Pastine California Chablis.
ML Carr will be going to the free throw line to take a pair of shots as he was fouled by Julius Erving trying to go in for the stuff. Coos, your cogent comments to this point.
Well, a couple of points we started to make and didn't get a chance to finish. Dr. J has had in the last couple of years to do most of his damage on the outside. And 3 years ago when they eliminated the Celtics in the playoffs, there's Big Dow itching to get back into action. Jay was able to take it to the basket on whoever was guarding him and do a lot of damage. With the way Parrish and McHale have closed up that middle and that sidelines we've already seen tonight, he's got to look for either the breakaway on a fast break for his hoops or the outside shot. He's still averaging 24 a game against him, but he hasn't been able to completely dominate a game the way he occasionally did in the past.
The Celtics are leading 8-4. Irving kicking it back out to Bobby Jones. Robert Parrish swats it away. Oh, mercy. I think he traveled. Technical foul is called on Philadelphia.
Looks like
Gukas.
Matty Gukas, who took over for Chuck Daly when he went over to Cleveland, and he has since retired.
Philadelphia claiming it was goaltending. Let's look.
Take a peek. Here's Bobby Jones bringing it in off the Holland feed. That was close.
Yes, it was.
That was close. I think there was room for argument there, although my old player, Matty Gukas, who was with us in Kansas City, should have done it more diplomatically, I guess.
Well, McHale misses the technical free throw, so it'll be Philadelphia ball. Now they're saying it was Cunningham and not Gukas, but I saw Mahalik point right to Gukas. Well, nevertheless, it's on Cunningham. All right, it's still 8-4 Celtics, 6.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Jones from the corner. What do the Celtics block? 5 shots already, Bob?
Yeah, I think so. Bobby Jones, unusually cold. Beautiful pass by ML. I'll tell you, Caldwell's doing a number in there, too. For them to be competitive, if the Celtics are banging those boards, he has got to be in there doing his job because they just don't have that kind of bulk with Dawkins out.
The missed shot, and the alley-oop to Cedric Maxwell doesn't work.
I'll tell you, both teams, really, neither team is shooting as well as they're capable of shooting. Philadelphia has the best field goal percentage record in the league, 52%.
Hollins threw a brick up there on a layup.
Yep.
Henderson to Robert Parrish, the Chief, gets 2. Woo.
Good job by Robert.
Did he wheel in there or what?
Yeah, he did. He was able to maintain his control. Watch, he stumbles a little bit here, and a little body contact, but he was able to avoid the collision.
10-4 Celtics, 5.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Irving makes it 10-6.
The other point we started to make with Cheeks, who's giving Henderson a lot of trouble bringing it up.
Offensive foul.
Well, that kid can do it. Cheeks is tough defensively. Is that he's averaging 5 points above his average against the Celtics, 17-11 for the season, and Tony is averaging 27 against the Celtics and only averaging 16 during the year. So it'll be interesting to see you know, with Henderson and ML now starting in the backcourt, whether there's any change in that.
Foul is called on Cedric Maxwell. That'll be his second. Andrew Toney is checked in for Philadelphia, and he has replaced Lionel Hollins. The Sixers have Cheeks and Toney now at the guards. The front three remain the same.
Toney put on a demonstration a couple of Sundays ago. It was on television against L.A. in terms of one-on-one that I just, you know, it's hard to believe. I think it was about as effective a one-on-one situation as I've ever seen.
Toney taking it to the hoop. Celtics great rebounding position, had three people there. ML trying to dish it off, but quick hands by Mo Cheeks. He doesn't get it. They don't get that one. And now a foul is called inside. Loose ball foul on Kevin McHale.
Take a look at this. I'll tell you, this is playoff basketball right here. Great intensity. The defense on part of both teams is extreme and aggressive, and they're sustaining the concentration, just attacking that ball.
Toney from downtown, and it'll be Boston ball coming down. My goodness, 4 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the quarter. It is a very low scoring game, 10-6 the Celtics. And now a timeout is taken by the Celtics as we're down to 4:39 left to play. Well, the defensive intensity here in Philadelphia has been incredible so far. It is 10-6 Boston with 4.5 minutes to go. And Larry Bird getting set to check in for the Celtics. As you see, this telecast presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV Sports, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV is prohibited. Hey, Coos.
Hello.
Today is March 21st. Does that have any particular significance that you can think of? 4
days after St. Patrick's Day. How's that?
Today is the 29th anniversary. All right, you ready for this? Of the game where you scored 50 points against the Syracuse Gnats in the triple overtime.
You shouldn't have remembered like that. Untouched.
Huh?
It took me, I often boasted that in one game in 4 overtimes, I scored what Wilt Chamberlain averaged one year. He averaged 50 a game.
A foul has been called on the Sixers, I believe, on Irving. No, not Irving. Been called on, who do they give this to?
Bill Fitch is saying he tunneled under Bird. That is.
Foul is on Bird.
No, it's on Bird. Well.
So a foul has been called on Larry Bird, and Bill Fitch is very upset. Now Cunningham's getting into the act.
Cunningham is saying that the coaches have to stay within their restricted area. What's he doing out here? He wants to get his 2 cents in. Bill Fitch is saying that on the way down, that it was accidental. A tunneling action by Bird was accidental, and that Jay threw his shoulder and elbow at him on the way down, and there should have been a foul on Jay because the initial collision, as I say, was just 2 guys going up for the rebound. In any event, the foul is on Larry Bird, and the Celtics are over the limit, so Philadelphia will be shooting 2 shots.
All right, so Irving makes the first one. It's 10-7 now. The Celtics leading by 3 points. Irving 5th in the league in scoring, averaging 24.5 a game.
You know, we said there was a lot of bad blood between these 2 teams. You notice how quickly the 2 coaches reacted to the first controversial situation that developed here.
All right, Bird gets it ahead to ML. Now Larry. Carr back to Bird. Oh, nice dish off to Parrish for 2.
Good job. Perhaps 1 pass too many. I thought Larry might have taken it up that time, but they got away with it anyway.
I'll agree with you on that one, Coos.
There was some question, by the way, or in the press today, that Bill Fitch might go back to Larry Bird in the starting lineup in this game.
Andrew Toney gets open. Still doesn't hit the shot, and Irving stuffed it in.
Outstanding offensive rebounding play by Dr. J, and Bobby Jones was up there giving him a lot of help.
12-10. Celtics by 2. 3.5 minutes left, first quarter. The defense being played is incredible right now. Robert Parrish foul line, rattles it in.
10 points for the Chief.
10 out of the Celtics, 14 in the first quarter for Robert Parrish. 3:20 to go. We'll be on the air again Tuesday night from Chicago when the Celtics meet the Bulls. Little backdoor to the Doctor. Gets his own rebound. Misses the stuff. And a foul is called on the Celtics.
Again,
McHale.
a good effort by Dr. J on that offensive board. McHale picks up his second, I believe. Watch this. That could have been an offensive foul. He kind of pushed McHale off with his left arm the first time up, but he does a good job responding to the rebound and takes it right back into Kevin. Picks up his second, and as we mentioned, team over the limit.
Checking in to the Philadelphia lineup, by the way, is Mike Bantam. As there you see Mike Bantam. Dr. J misses his first free throw. Bantam, 6'9", 8-year veteran, played right here in Philadelphia.
He gives him some help, you know, in almost every department. He's a good, solid player. Not an outstanding offensive player, but defense, I would say, is probably his strength. He'll do his share rebounding. 2-2-1 zone pressure, full court by Philadelphia.
And it works on the steal by Cheeks. Great individual play by Cheeks. They throw the ball away, and Bantam could have been called for traveling. Irving missing the shot.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you, the defense is extreme. They are really working.
Oh, boy. Look at that. Take that, Larry Bird, for
in
two.
your face, as they say.
And he got fouled. This is a honey. Watch it.
Good exchange between Gerald and Bird here. He brings it up.
Over Caldwell
You notice
Jones.
he had his left hand in Caldwell's side, but he did not push off. Probably saved himself negating that basket and picking up a foul. Good job.
Three-point play for Larry Bird, and it's 17-11, the Celtics, with 2:40 to go in the quarter.
Whew. Boy, that'll ignite the Celtics a little.
Mike Bantam straight away. Oh, they're owning the backboards, Robert. They really are.
Well, you know, I think we mentioned they're 5 rebounds a game advantage over Philadelphia. That's considerable.
Nice move by Robert Parrish. The basket doesn't drop, but he was fouled.
Robert's developed that move as we've seen him all season long. Put it to the floor. If they're playing him tight, he faces and he's getting by. That's the first time he's been able to get by Caldwell Jones, however, tonight.
Foul was called on Mike Bantam. Robert Parrish takes his 19.5 points per game average to the foul line and hits the front end. 18-11. And does not get the second. The Celtics lead 7 points with 2:20 to go. First quarter. The defense has been incredible so far. All right, Cheeks. Gerald Henderson on him tight.
Both teams have given up opportunities really to develop a lead here against each other. They're both shooting cold. Neither one have been able to capitalize.
Good work off the offensive boards by Mike Bantam. They slip it in to Tony. Shot is blocked. Goaltending.
Calling goaltending. Well, we're quite a ways away, but I'll tell you, this doesn't look as close as the other one. Get it into Tony. Well, maybe it had hit the backboard.
It did.
Yeah,
it did.
okay, I'm sorry. Then it has nothing to do with the apex. Once it hits the backboard, you cannot interfere.
Bird was fouled. He made the nice move inside. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul on Mike Bantam, his second in about 45, 50 seconds of play. Minute and 49 to go in the quarter. Steve Mix coming in for Philadelphia, replacing Julius Irving. And Lionel Hollins also comes in for the Sixers. So Irving is out and Mo Cheeks is out. So Philadelphia's lineup is Hollins and Tony at the guards. Caldwell Jones in the middle with Steve Mix and Mike Bantam up front. The Celtics, Henderson and Carr in the backcourt, Parrish in the middle, McHale and Bird up front.
Obviously not quite as strong with Jay out of there, but Tony picks up a lot of that scoring slack, I'll tell you. He's developed into a much, in my opinion, better all-around player this year than he was last year. He's looking to pass on the double up much more. He's playing a lot more D, and he's stealing the ball a lot. He's really staying low. He's really developed into a threat.
All right, Lionel Hollins being pressured by Henderson. Tony from downtown.
Yeah, I think with Jay out of there, you're going to see Tony become an even much
strong move to the hoop by Larry Bird of the Celtics on the fast break. Get a pair in the transition game. 22-15. All right, Hollins again. Celtics by 7. 1:15 to go, first quarter. Ball slapped by Henderson. Good play. Bantam traveled with it. Hit the backboard with it, and it'll be Boston ball coming down with 1:06.
Lou Jones making a call. Evidently hit the back of the backboard because All sides are good as far as I know.
I thought he had traveled with it.
I did too. I thought he'd...
Or double dribbled, at least. Henderson around the McHale pick. 22-15 Boston. They slip it in now. ML on Tony. Gets the 2. Foul on Andrew Tony.
Nice job. ML with a little bit of a height advantage. Again, that's... We're using him as a guard. You know, as a forward, you can't run him in low too often. He's giving away the height advantage. But as a guard, he's usually gaining it, and he uses it very well. He can create a lot of opportunities for himself.
Makes it a three-point play. I think right now, Robert, ML Carr is playing the best basketball he's ever played as a member of the Celtics, and he's played some fine ball in the past.
I would agree with that.
All right, Hollins, 41 seconds to go in the quarter. The Celtics with a 10-point lead, 25-15. Tony takes it upstairs. Larry Bird gets the rebound.
Big thing, he can be used as a defensive stopper, too.
Yeah.
On that big guard like a Tony or even a small forward.
Bird missing the 20-footer, and it'll be Philadelphia bringing it down with 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Tony, when he's on the floor, he just likes everybody to clear out.
Well, they're holding for one. I think I've mentioned this here before. I've still got to figure out this strategy that coaches use. When you're behind, in this case by 10, why you want to, run the clock down and hold for theoretically one shot? I mean, you're behind by 10.
The steal by Hollins. The three-point shot does not go. And the Celtics, with a superior defensive effort in the first quarter, are up on top by 10 points. So outstanding defense being played by both clubs, but particularly by the Celtics. At the end of one quarter, the Celtics 25, Philadelphia 15.
TV's contractual arrangements with the Boston Celtics for this telecast. The announcers for this game have been selected by station WBZ-TV, subject to the approval of the Boston Celtics Club.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. It is the Celtics 25 and the 76ers 15 as we get set to start the second quarter. And Bob, that was really a dynamite defensive quarter for the Celtics first time around.
Well, really, on the part of both teams, Celtics are leading by 10, but I thought the defense completely dominated the basketball game, and it's not unusual. These teams are, what are they? 5 and 6, I think, or 7 and 8 defensively in the league. Yeah, Boston's 7th in the league. Philadelphia's 8th in the league, and they're that close offensively. Philadelphia's 5th in the league, and Boston is 6th. So, it's not unusual to have this happen.
Tiny Archibald feeding off to Parrish, who misses the shot. Archibald is checked in at guard. He'll pair up with Carr. Maxwell is in replacing McHale. Bird and Parrish remain in. For Philadelphia, the same 5 that was on the floor at the end of the quarter. Caldwell Jones with the outside jumper right into the hands of Tiny. Looping to Robert Parrish, and he kicks it back out to Bird. Tiny with a push shot. No, Robert Parrish the board.
They are so concerned with Tiny's penetration and what he creates against this team that he can have the outside shot anytime he wants it. So he shouldn't. That was not a force. He had that shot. What I'm saying is he can take his pick of outside shots against this team.
Robert Parrish knocks one down. How many does he have now, Bob?
Robert has 13.
13 points for Robert Parrish, and the Celtics lead by 12. 27-15. McHale swooping in. Mix rather. Bird the rebound for the Celtics.
Mix works hard, but I think it's all over for Steve. He isn't going to get a heck of a lot done against, extreme pressure. Now, in a regular season game where teams may not be concentrating as hard as they normally would, he can still produce some offense and get something done under the boards and defensively. But in a game like this, with both teams digging in, he's pretty well neutralized.
All right, the foul was called on Andrew Tony, who has checked out of the game, and Mo Cheeks is in for Philadelphia. Also, Bobby Jones is in, and Mike Bantam is out. 10:37 to go. Second quarter, Celtics leading 27-15. Maxwell and now Parrish. Celtics swinging around in pretty good shape. Carr around the pick, and it's the front, and the rebound is off the hands of Caldwell Jones. That'll be Celtics ball. Right now, the Celtics enjoying a 12-point cushion. Larry Bird put it in play for Boston. To Tiny. Tried to feed it inside. Parrish picked up the loose ball. Goaltending the call against Caldwell Jones. Robert Parrish now has 15 points. He has as many as Philadelphia has.
Well, a little accidental offense here on a part of Robert, but I'm sure the Celtics will take it anyway. Oh, I guess we're not going to see it. Tiny kind of squeezed it out, got it through the Bird, who was able to get it to Parrish. Hollins with a good fake.
Make it 29-17. The Celtics lead back to 12. Archibald, Larry Bird. Good job to get it into Maxwell, and Max makes it a 14-point Celtic lead.
They got that weak side forward out of there. That left the weak side guard, Hollins. He didn't quite get over there quickly enough.
Wide mix on the baseline. Again, Bird the rebound. Max has the ball knocked out of his hands by Lionel Hollins. Celtics had a 3-on-2 cooking.
Good job. Fine pursuit by Hollins. That's, again, the advantage defensively, and obviously on a break that Philadelphia has. Their guards are extremely quick and fast. We've told you about Mo Cheeks, and he's already demonstrated his anticipation and quickness in terms of playing passing lanes and coming up with those steals. I think he's already got his average 2 for the game.
All right, Julius Erving is back in replacing Mix. Parrish wheeling in.
Oh, boy. That's a tough
goodness.
move. The Chief. That's a tough move.
Job.
You know, he's shown us the righty a couple of times. In fact, each time he's gone to the basket, he's gone to his right. That time he took it to the middle with his left. Nice hook.
Celtics right now are up by 16 points and playing very well. Make it 18.
Do it, Tiny.
Make it an 18-point lead for Boston. And Philadelphia, with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, grabs a timeout. Sensational drive by Tiny Archibald for 2. And it's the Celtics 35. The Philadelphia 76ers 17.
Ever since launching, the Voyager has been sending back fantastic pictures from the road. The Voyager radial tire from Kelly Springfield, delivering all the treadwear, delivering all the traction, delivering all the fuel economy our computer said it would. The Kelly Voyager radial. We put space technology on the road. Kelly Springfield. We're out to change America's tires.
When you want to get more out of your world, dial 929-2222. It's that simple because the Globe's here.
Tuesday night, 8:30, the Celtics will be in Chicago to play the Chicago Bulls. Celtics and Bulls, Tuesday night from Chicago. Last time we were there, we had a great game against the Bulls. And that'll be on the air on Channel 4 Tuesday night at 8:30, the Celtics against Chicago. Right now, with 9:06 to go in the first half, it is the Celtics, Robert, by 18 biggies, 35-17.
Everything's happening right at the moment for the Celtics after kind of a slow start because of Philadelphia's defense. They've finally been able to overcome that because Philly has not let down defensively, I'll tell you. But the Celtics have been able to match that effort and finally gotten their offense in gear.
Celtics trailed early 4-2, took the lead 6-4, and they've been ahead ever since. Irving to Bobby Jones, blocked by Parrish, a foul on the big man.
I'll tell you, that interior support defense on the part of the Celtics is just incredible. You know, they've got, here's Jones, what he does so well, cutting across the middle from the weak side. But Robert Parrish immediately senses it, comes over and did foul, but the point is they're always helping each other out. Or looking to help each other out.
Jones makes the first free throw, and he makes them both, so it's 35-19. The Celtics by 16.
Bobby Jones' first 2 points of the game, by the way. Here's the zone trap again, 2-2-1, this time at half court. The last time they went full with it, and if you'll recall, Cheek stole the ball on Henderson.
Maxwell left open by Jones. Push shot is not going to go. Right into the hands of Julius Erving, and now Hollins. They push it up quickly. Hollins scores.
Good job.
Quick 4-point run by Philadelphia. The Celtics had outscored them 10-2 in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter before Philly made this run. Maxwell getting it up against heavy pressure by Irving.
In this series, the team that gets up to that 8 or 10 or 12-point lead, it's almost a disadvantage if you do it too early in a game. You know, it's so much changing momentum between the two teams that it's, as in any contest, team contest, it's the team that gets it last that has the advantage. But Here it is. Here's the ML call move. Gives the fake and gets a little daylight, so he decides to go in for a little better shot. Gets caught, I guess, by Bobby Jones from behind.
Yes. That is the second.
Second.
On Jones, the second on Philadelphia as a team. ML does not get the good bounce. No, it remains 35-21. The Celtics with a 14-point lead, 8 minutes even.
Yeah,
play here in the second quarter.
It would seem to me, Gil, that, you know, when you get a lead, in order to try to maintain some kind of momentum, you'd probably be better off trying to keep running, going for the break, or going inside. Now, stay away from outside shooting, which if you miss a few, that's the way to lose it. But that's easier said than done.
Maxwell closing off the path for Irving. Bird the rebound.
Bobby Jones has forced more bad shots this game than I think he has in his entire career.
Look at the shooting stats so far. The Celtics 14 for 30, Philadelphia 8 for 35. The Chief takes it in and does not get it. Blocking foul is called on Caldwell Jones.
And their shooting, by the way, I think we might have mentioned it, 52% from the field for the year as a team. So
right now the Celtics are shooting just under 50% in the game, and Philadelphia is shooting about 23%. Robert Parrish drops them in, so it is 37-21. Celtics by 16.
19 for Robert so far this half. That's not a bad production for a quarter and a half.
Little action underneath. Foul called on. Who was that foul on? Was that on Parrish?
I don't know. I didn't. They had the isolation. Woof. They continue, and that's about as close as you can get. Well, these Cheeks with a fine offensive rebound got it in there and then just rushed the shot.
The foul was called on Archibald. Tiny falls down, loses control.
Almost got away with it.
Mo Cheeks back. Nice dish off to Irving.
Well, weren't going to miss that one. And Mo Cheeks didn't want to take a chance at going 0 for 2 on layups. Look at that. He's in there, but he decides to give it to Jay, who doesn't take any chances. 10 points for Jay.
A Tiny kicking it off to Bird, who smacks it home. 39-23. The Celtics, 6.5 minutes to go, first half. Here at the Spectrum. A lot of green here today. A lot of Boston fans have come down for this one. Bobby Jones doesn't get it to drop, and the foul will be called on the Celtics. And at the foul line, Bobby Jones, as Larry Bird picks up his second personal foul of the game.
You know, talking about that missed layup by Cheeks a moment ago, getting in there about as close as he can. This is also a side benefit that having guys like Parrish and McHale guarding that hoop is going to provide for you. It's defense by intimidation in terms of those little guys know when they've got that kind of unselfish defense going on, that every time they get it close to the hoop, they're going to draw one of those big guys over trying to interfere or deflect the shot. And that time Robert wasn't around, but I think, you know, it still works on your mind just a bit.
Jones getting 1 out of 2. The Celtics, by the way, have 3 team fouls here in the quarter. Tiny gets it up easily. Rick Roby off the bench getting set to come in for the Celtics as they're going to give Robert Parrish a breather. Bird to ML. ML, strong move to the hoop. No. Parrish has it stripped by Irving. Philadelphia on a fast break. Hollins. Blocking foul was called on Archibald.
Fine defensive play by Dr. J. Triggered that breakaway on the part of Hollins. I'll tell you, I thought Robert Parrish should not have come down. You see, I thought he could have shot. He comes down, bends the knees to get it back up there. Jay comes in from behind, does a good job. Hollins decides to take it all away. It looked like Tiny had a position established there, but they're calling a block.
So the basket is good and the foul is called, and when we come back with 6:02 to go here in the first half, it'll be Hollins at the free throw line for Philadelphia.
The exciting new in television space game Star Strike, with one of the most popular Atari games, Asteroid. Star Strike has moving images that make the game appear three-dimensional. Asteroids doesn't. And Star Strike features our most exciting visual effect, total destruction of a planet. This is what the other game offers, which is why, after Star Strike, Asteroids left me rather flat. Star Strike, new for Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
Have you ever noticed how much our kitchen-ready tomatoes taste like homegrown? It's positively uncanny.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. There you see last night's NBA results. Atlanta, San Antonio, and Indiana, the winners. Indiana surprising New Jersey in that one as the Nets continue to battle for a playoff spot. Right now, 6 minutes to go in the half, and the Celtics are leading 39-26. 13-point lead. Philadelphia's Lionel Hollins can cut it to 12 if he completes the three-point play here. He's fouled by Tiny Archibald on the drive. Celtics going for their 15th win in a row this afternoon. Of course, the team record is 17 straight, set back in 1959 and 60. All right, Hollins, good foul shooter. Bangs it in. 39-27. Celtics with a 12-point spread. Rick Roby is in, replacing Robert Parrish, who has 19 points. Caldwell Jones making a good play to prevent Larry Bird from getting a easy hoop.
That time they picked him up three-quarter court with the 1-2-2, and Tiny kind of did what you never do, is throw it long and cross court against the zone pressure. They almost had the steal, but they decided to wait one more pass. They got it on the inbound.
Terrific anticipation there by Mo Cheeks. Hollins ended up on the other side of the floor with the ball. I don't know how, and a foul is called.
I think on Bobby Jones.
On Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know how Hollins managed to do that
it looked
without
like
traveling.
Passed to himself.
Yeah, it did.
You know what he did? He went to try to squeeze the ball through. He split the defense and tried to get it off, and it hit the man and came right back to him.
Okay.
Third foul on Bobby Jones, by the way.
Really pick this stuff right up, Robert.
No, I just make it up.
Oh.
It's easier that way.
Okay. Now I know your secret. Larry Bird. Jones on him. Bird from 20. Bang. Sort of said, well, if you're not going to give me the room, then I'll just knock it in anyway. 41-27. Celtics a 14-point lead. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go. First half. Nice lob inside to Caldwell, who misses a layup, and Rick Roby gets the rebound, but it's right into the hands of Cheeks to Jay for two.
Max alertly gives Jay the layup. There wasn't much he could do. He had the position. Roby tried to pass on the move, and when Cheeks is in the vicinity, I'll tell you,
it's tough.
As we've said, it's his anticipation that gets him in the right spot at the right time, as well as his quickness.
Came into the game leading the league in steals with 160. Bird feels the hot hand, and he's got another one. Larry now has 13 first-half points. Celtics maintaining a double-figure lead.
That's what makes he and Dr. J the two best forwards in the league, really, at this point. Is, you know, they both take it to the basket well. They both finish off breaks, but they complement that ability to put the ball on the floor and bring it to the hoop with fine outside shooting.
Philadelphia has taken a 20-second timeout with 4.5 minutes left here in the game, in the first half of the game. Celtics on top, 43-29. And a reminder that we'll be on the air Tuesday night from Chicago Stadium. The Celtics meet the Chicago Bulls. That, you know, it's been a long time since we've been there. We were there, what, back in November, I think.
Chicago's finally getting it together. Change of coaches, I'm not sure that has much to do with it. I've always felt Jerry Sloan, if he, you know, wasn't initially a good coach, would become one. He's just too intense and dedicated not to be.
But what I want to know, Coos, and this is of paramount importance, is that the place where we freeze our feet with the ice underneath so I can take extra socks?
It depends. Take them anyway, but yeah, you're over ice.
One of those places out in the Midwest where it was, I thought it was snowing down where we were. Ball out of bounds off the Celtics, so it'll be Philadelphia ball, but they've only got 6 seconds on the shot clock. Comes into Mike Bantam, who works in a little right-handed hook. 43-31. Celtics up by 12. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go, first half. Celtics have really played some tough defense here in the first half, and ML does a nifty little in-the-air pirouette for two.
Well, they caught ML in a little bit of a mismatch. I think Cheeks supposed to be guarding Tiny, and Hollins on ML. That time it was reversed.
The Doctors started to heat up here in the second quarter.
14 points for Jay.
45-33 the Celtics. 3:47 left in the half. Bird has hit his last 2 in a row, make it 3 in a row.
Something else.
Oh, wow.
He takes a little too much time to get that off, don't you think?
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't think it touched his hand that time.
All right, Cheeks.
Kind of just kissed the pass off in the direction of the basket. Now the team's warming
Philadelphia,
up.
yeah, they're starting to warm up offensively. Make it 47-35. Tiny does not get it into the hands of Irving. The Sixers can close to within 10. Nice dish off to Cheeks, and the reverse layup. And Philadelphia is within 10 points.
Here it is. Jay with the pass off finds Cheeks. The good vision again. He knows where all his men are positioned, and Cheeks finishes it off.
Crowd now starting to get into it here at the Spectrum. They've been silent for a while. Oh, good feed to ML Carr. Basket counts, and he's fouled.
Oh, ML likes that one. He pumps the arm a few times. He wanted that one. There's a momentum breaker.
All right, let's look at ML Carr going to work here.
Again, the Celtics exploiting the Carr advantage underneath. Cheeks just takes a swipe at the ball, but isn't able to get it.
The foul on Maurice Cheeks. Into the game for the Celtics. Gerald Henderson replacing Tiny Archibald. ML with another three-point play. He's got 11 points. The Celtics are leading again by 13. 50-37. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Andrew Toney in, feeding to Julius Irving for two. Nice smooth move there by the doctor.
Yeah, Max got a little lax again. He gave the position away inside, and that's dangerous with Jay or anyone else for that matter.
Bird to ML, who feels hot. This one will not go, however. Caldwell Jones. Andrew Toney. It is 3-on-1. Irving. The Sixers are now within 9 at 50-41 with 2:21 to go here in the first half. The Celtics had led by as many as 18.
You want to know how to bring about 18,000 people to their feet? How's that? Float in from about 15 feet away and give it a two-handed over-the-head dunk.
Hyde Roby. And now Henderson and ML Carr. Celtics with 2 minutes to go in the half are leading by 9. Their biggest lead had been 18. A foul is called on Philadelphia. No hoop. Foul is on Mike Bantam as he popped Bird in the face before the shot.
Foul, obviously, as far as Philadelphia is concerned. Bantam's third, but both teams over the limit. So, you know, in terms of, again, of a momentum breaker, that's as good as a hoop. Let Bird go to the line and get a couple.
Chris Ford getting set to check in for the Celtics. Larry Bird with 2 shots. 51-41. Celtics by 10. Bird now has 16 points.
7th best free throw shooter in the league, shooting 86% from the line. Chris Ford checks in.
And he replaces ML Carr. So it's Henderson, Ford, Roby, Maxwell, and Bird right now for the Celtics. Larry gets them both. 52-41. Celtics again by 11. North Carolina has defeated Villanova 70-60 in the Eastern Regional Final. So North Carolina is in the Final Four, joining Georgetown and Louisville, and now Boston College will try to make it in as they play Houston. Hollins gets the hoop. Philadelphia really heating up here in the second quarter. They had only 15 points in the first quarter. They've scored 28 here in the second. Roby taking it to Caldwell Jones. The right-handed hook doesn't drop, but Bird tips it in. Great play by Larry Bird.
Not exactly by accident. He was going for the offensive rebound, but I think he was trying to grab it, and somehow it popped out. Jay, a good move.
Missing the shot. And Chris Ford protects the ball with 1 minute and 14 to go in the first half. Celtics up by 11. Bird, nice feed into Cedric Maxwell. Does not get the jump hook, and Hollins comes out of there with it. They are 4 on 3. Toney for 2.
That's good job. And a good smart move. He passed up the 15-footer. He had it. He brought it into Bird trying to pick up a foul. That's the kind of confidence that kid has in his ability to take it to the basket.
All right, 45 seconds to play in the half. Larry Bird with Julius Irving on him. Larry takes the turnaround. Caldwell Jones the rebound. 35 seconds left in the half. Philadelphia trying to move to within 7.
Philadelphia's on a roll now.
No hoop. Basket does not go, but a foul is called on the Celtics. Celtics had led by as many as 18 here early in this second quarter. But Philadelphia has cut into that lead to bring it down to 9. And Andrew Toney, who is a 77% foul shooter, is at the stripe.
Who was that foul on?
I believe it was on Ford. They're misses the shot. We're doing the game from upstairs here in Philadelphia, so we can't really see the official signals all that well, and they don't put them up on the board immediately. So Andrew Toney gets 1 out of 2.
Here's the zone pressure, full court again this time. Gerald Henderson puts it up for grabs. You don't want to lob against aggressive zone pressure, but got away with it.
Celtics leading 54-46 with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Henderson picked up by Toney. Gerald is blocked by Bobby Jones, but a foul is called on Bobby Jones. Gerald Henderson will be at the line to shoot a pair with 11 seconds to go in the half. Gerald is a 74% foul shooter. He has pushed his points per game average since he moved in as a starter up to 10 points a game.
I'll tell you, despite being up, how high did they have it?
18.
18 points. I'm sure the Celtics will be somewhat pleased if they can get out of here at halftime with a 10-point lead, because this is what they had at the quarter, and they've been able to hopefully get it back here.
All right, Fernston is in. Eric Fernston replacing Cedric Maxwell. Henderson missing the front end of his 1-and-1.
Gerald has not scored, by the way, in this game. There's his first point.
55-46, 9-point lead, 10 seconds left. Mo Cheeks. He's quick. Boy, is he ever. Gets the hoop.
What a move by the kid. Wow.
And that is the end of the half, and the Celtics lead is 7 points. So Philadelphia did an excellent job in the second quarter. The Celtics had outscored them early in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter, 10-2, to push their lead up to 18 points. But Philadelphia came storming back to cut the Celtics lead back down to 7. So at halftime, the Celtics, with a 30-point second quarter, are leading the Philadelphia 76ers by 7 points. It is Boston 55 and Philadelphia 48. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, where the Celtics are leading the 76ers 55-48. At the end of the first half, the Celtics had a lead of as high as 18 points. They were on top 25-15 at the end of the first quarter. Then in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter, outscored Philly 10-2. So at that point, they went ahead 35-17. But Philadelphia finished strong in the final 9 minutes of the quarter. They outscored the Celtics 31-20 to cut this thing down to 7 points at halftime. So it is still the Celtics on top, but by only 7 now at 55-48 over the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, Bob Cousy is down on the floor here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia with our halftime guest, the very dapper Mike Fine of the Quincy Patriot Ledger. Take it away, Robert.
Michael, let's get your expert opinion on a little playoff preview here. How do you see it in the Atlantic Division? You know, we're still talking somewhat the same as last year: Boston, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. The way it appears now, I don't think, frankly, that Philadelphia is going to be able to catch Boston. So let's assume they finish in first. Is Milwaukee going to be able to beat Philadelphia this year, from what you've seen?
I still have reservations about Milwaukee. I still think they have problems at center. I just don't know if Lanier can handle it. Excuse me. His knees. I'm having trouble here.
You and Johnny.
Yeah, I know. His knees are weak. He's kind of in and out, and he can't play a lot of minutes, where I think Philadelphia can come at you with Caldwell Jones. Now they've got Bantam for a little strength in the middle, and perhaps Dawkins can get back. I think Milwaukee could be the toughest team in the league if they had the dominant center. And also Junior Bridgman is out, and that's going to hurt them.
Yeah, they talk about Moncrief's, improvement this year. He's always been a great talent, and evidently this year he's more consistent than ever before. But that, I agree, in order to ultimately not only win, your division, but get to the finals, you really have to have a more stable center in there. So I would agree. I don't think Milwaukee is going to be able to beat Philadelphia. How about Philadelphia and Boston?
I went with Boston at the beginning of the year. I guess I'll have to stay with them. What we've seen today for the first half shows what Boston can do. They're really putting on a show, or at least they did till the end. I think the Celtics this year have a little more depth than Philadelphia. I think the addition of Ainge and even Bradley for Lillard's defense, but more importantly, Carr and Henderson coming on strong, I think that's helped immensely. And also, I think Parrish is a little more stable this year.
Yeah, I would agree that too. How about Dawkins? Do you think it'll make any significant difference whether he gets back or not?
If he gets back soon, it could, but I understand he's not looking very good. You know, he's going to have to really get out and do some good running.
And I think, at least we were saying during the first half, that the intimidation that's been provided by Parrish and McHale this year in terms of blocked shots, you know, it's been important all year, but especially against this team in terms of Jay. Jay, you know, in the past, destroys a lot of clubs if he's able to bring it to the basket. Somewhat neutralized with that kind of intimidation waiting for him against the Celtics. He still scores against them, but he doesn't, you know, he's got to do it from outside and on the break, and I think that'll make a difference.
Yeah, I definitely think it does. I think McHale and Parrish have done outstandingly. You could see in the first half, at 5 blocks in the first period, you know, the Philly guards are getting in and being intimidated. They missed a lot of bunnies in there, and that hurt.
All right. Okay, so let's, the fans can look forward to another Philadelphia-Boston matchup in a 7-game job. How about in the West? What teams should we look for?
Well, I wouldn't bet against Seattle right now. I know they haven't been able to catch L.A., but they've got a heck of a team. I love Gus Williams this year. He's come back strong. And I don't know if Jack Sikma gets all the credit because he's not the big, huge monster that a Parrish or Jabbar or Malone are. I wouldn't bet against them, and I wouldn't bet against L.A. once again if Jabbar can get his act together. So far, he hasn't done it. I don't know if it's all his fault. I think it's partly because they switched their offensive system a little bit and defensive system. But those appear to be the two teams.
And assuming Boston gets to the finals, I agree. I've been impressed with Seattle, but you know, either bench strength or center-wise, I know Sigma's effective, but I don't see them as a championship team. I don't see them as beating Boston, where I think I might concede, if everything fell into place for L.A., I might concede them a shot at it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think Boston has a little more bench depth than the Sonics. L.A. You know, I say Milwaukee could have the best team in the league, but L.A. could too. But, you know, right now, I just don't think they've shown it. But I think they could in the series.
From a writer's standpoint, Michael, who would you rather see in the finals, let's say? I don't know, who makes the best copy?
Yeah, that's a good one. I suppose L.A. does with Magic Johnson and Jabbar and even Michael Cooper.
Magic hasn't been as funny this year, though.
No, he's having his problems this year. But, you know, I also like Seattle. I like the city.
Yeah, right. I guess I was going to ask that also. Again, from your standpoint, you know, you guys get into every city, and who gives you the, I don't know, best cooperation, not only in terms of the players that you have to work with, but front office? It might be interesting. I know we discussed that from time to time.
Yeah, well, most places are pretty good, but they have a pretty good setup at the Kingdom in Seattle. At L.A., they don't have the space because they have to put Jack Nicholson and Walter Matthau at the side of the court, so they shove the writers to the sidelines. But Seattle is pretty good. Most places are pretty good. They work with us well.
How about players? Do you have any favorite teams? You know, you mentioned Magic Johnson, but are there any players or any teams that are reluctant to cooperate with the visiting press as opposed to the teams that are outgoing and that are more fun to cover?
I don't find many. That's one good thing about the NBA. I've covered all the major sports now, and I find the NBA is much more cooperative. Almost every player. I don't know exactly what the reason is. Sometimes I think it boils down to...
Probably just smarter, Michael.
Well, I was just going to say, sometimes I think it boils down to education. Most of them been to school, or all of them been to school in one form or another. But, you know, I don't know if that's it, but they cooperate very much.
Good. Michael, thank you very much. The folks can now all look to L.A. and Boston being in the finals, and if not, we can blame Michael. Right?
It's all my fault.
Thank you, Mike. We're going to be back with second half action in a moment.
First, your old car, or your money.
It's gonna cost you.
Don't wait to find out. Right now, American Motors wants to save you money on the new car you need. Until March 31st, American Motors will give you up to $800 over dealer trade-in for your car. And the older it is, the more it's worth. We'll even help if you don't have a trade.
Big savings at your Eastern Mass AMC Jeep Renault dealers.
Basketball is my game. But today I'm going to talk about the Shamrock Classic 5-mile road race sponsored by the Celtics, Wendy's, and Irish Spring.
Over $20,000 in prizes, including Celtic tickets.
And one entrant will win this new Toyota.
Olympians Jim Ryan and Eamon Coughlin will run.
Special Lowenbrow heavyweight division.
Live coverage on WRKO results in the Boston Phoenix.
Red, will you fire the starting gun? Please.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, where the Celtics lead the 76ers by 7 at the half, 55-48. The Celtics led by 10 at the end of the quarter, 25-15. A quick 10-2 spurt in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter pushed the Celtics into an 18-point lead, which is their highest of the game as you're looking at some of the first half highlights. Then Philadelphia came back strong, led by Julius Erving. They have cut the lead to 7 points at the half, 55-48. There's the official scoring at halftime. We have Parrish for 19, however. Well, let's see. Bird 19. They've got Parrish for 18. We had him for 19. Carr with 11. Archibald, McHale, Maxwell 2 each, and Henderson 1. So the Celtics scoring concentrated among the 3 players, Bird, Parrish, and Carr. For Philadelphia, it's Julius Erving who is topping their parade. He has 16 points at the end of the first half. Lionel Hollins has 9. Mo Cheeks, you see, has 8. Andrew Toney with 7. But you see, Tony, Jones, and Bantam all in foul trouble with 3 each. None of the Celtics are in foul trouble. We have greetings and salutations here from folks who were down to see this game that would take me a week and a half to read. I'll just kind of go through a few of them for you. Quick hello to Mom and Dad back home from Michelle, and hi to her friend Lisa Rosen. Walter and Lisa Brown from Wakefield, Massachusetts, send their regards to the folks back home. Bobby Legg also to all of her friends back home. Tommy says hello to Manny in Belmont. And Tommy, Neal, Robert, and Bob, hello to all of the winners back in Boston. Right now, the Boston Celtics are winning here in Philadelphia. As we get set for the start of the second half, the Celtics are holding on to a 7-point lead, 55-48.
Save 20 to 50% on exactly what you want for spring. This week only at all Filene stores.
Tonight, we suggest the filet mignon bogatiere with its entourage of fresh garden vegetables.
But where in Boston could you find gourmet cuisine like that?
Where else but Jason?
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Spectrum in Philly, where it's 55-48 Celtics. Bob, what do you think? The Celtics' defensive intensity in the first quarter was incredible. They held Philadelphia to 15 points in that quarter, but the Sixers got their offense in gear in that second quarter. Obviously, the Celtics are going to try to come out and put the defensive clamps on them again to start the second half. And well, you'd think now McHale will probably be starting. Let's see. Yeah, McHale is going to start the second half. Matter of fact, it's the same unit that started the game, and they're the people who did the defensive job in the first half. Do you think it was just a case of Philadelphia not shooting well, or was it the fact that these 5 guys, Henderson, Carr, Parrish, McHale, and Maxwell, were playing that good on defense?
Well, I think they caught them a little cold, and obviously the defense they played didn't do them any harm. Then I think in the second quarter for a while there, their transition game they got a little careless with, and they allowed the Philadelphia fast break that they do so well to get started. That's really how they got back into the ballgame.
Ball is out of bounds off Philadelphia.
That brings Billy Cunningham and Matt Gokas up, and Jack McMahon. Also, Jack's been on the staff here for many, many years.
All right, the Celtics will put it in play with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Robert Parrish, Gerald Henderson, trying to get it inside to McHale. Instead, Gerald banks it in with 1 second left on the shot clock.
Gerald's first hoop, by the way, 3 points, and he and Max have to get in gear offensively a little bit, too. Max only had 2 points.
Bobby Jones straight away.
Bobby continues to shoot. That's or look for his offense. He seldom does that. He's a fine player, defensive specialist, does his work on the boards. And, you know, he'll get his 10, 11, 12 points a game, but he's looking for his offense much more than I've ever seen him do.
Nice job into Maxwell, and he rolls it in. Good feed by Gerald Henderson. The Celtics again by 9, 59-50. We've played 1 minute here in the third quarter at the Spectrum. Beautiful building.
And hopefully those 2 hoops by Henderson and Max will take the lid off for them. As we said, they have to participate in the offense a little bit more.
Jay missing the shot, and Robert Parrish.
Go get it, big guy.
Sweeping it away.
Yes, sir.
All right, Henderson. Now Parrish, and they swing it around to Kevin McHale.
Philadelphia defense really sagging at the moment.
Oh, nice. Nice jumper by Henderson behind the Parrish pick.
Okay, Joe, that's the way to follow instructions.
Obviously, they've been listening to you, Robert. I'm just going to assume that Maxwell's going to get the next basket for the Celtics.
Both will probably be high scorers.
Foul called on ML Carr.
ML always attacking the ball. This is a dimension that he and Henderson, in fact, ML was saying that in the paper ad, he claims, is that they force things to happen defensively. They gamble much more, I guess, than Tiny and Kush used to, because, they'd wait for the offense, to come to them. ML says, Gerald and I add the dimension of, going after the ball.
Mo Cheeks, and the pass is intercepted by Lionel Hollins.
Well, Celtics like to run that play, but I'll tell you, against Philadelphia, it's tough. They do make the transition well, and the guards are very quick.
Cheeks getting it out to Bobby Jones, and the Sixers have hit all their shots here in the third quarter. So it's 61-54, back down to 7, just under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. All right, ML Carr coming around the Parrish pick, and ML floats it in. Nice move.
They were pushing him baseline, and again, ML took what they were giving him and brought it in beautifully.
That foul on Carr, how many does he have, by the way? The last one was on ML. And they have not posted fouls on the board at all.
That'll be 2, according to my unofficial stats here.
All right, the steal, ML, Robert Parrish, he buries it. And the Celtics are up again by 11, 65-54, and Philadelphia grabs a timeout. Here's the last hoop by Robert Parrish, and he knocks it in from about 15 feet. So 9:16 remain in the third quarter. The Celtics lead 65-54.
Everyone's playing the $20 million McDonald's quality game, Earl. How can you just sit there?
I'm not just sitting, I'm eating.
We could win from $100 clear up to $500,000.
Love this 100% all-American beef.
There's instant winners, too, like Coca-Cola, Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Over 50 million prizes available. Oh!
Must have won herself a Big Mac.
At McDonald's.
We'll wine you and dine you. Just say the word.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Spectrum, where right now we have 9:16 left in the third quarter. And the Celtics have come out and increased their lead from 7 at the half back up to 11. 65-54. Right now, Boston is being led by Robert Parrish, who has 20 points, and Larry Bird, who has 19. And you're looking at Mo Cheeks with Gerald Henderson on him. Cheeks, Hollins, Bobby Jones, Caldwell Jones, and Irving for Philadelphia. Carr, Henderson, Parrish, Maxwell, and McHale for the Celtics. 6 seconds on the shot clock for Philly, and Bobby Jones does not put it in. The ball is stolen by Irving, but a loose ball foul will be called on Julius Irving.
Good job by Julius and Bobby Jones keeping that ball alive, but then Bobby rushed it again. Possible intimidation by Robert Parrish. When they get that close to the hoop, they just anticipate seeing the big man with that long reach and good timing, so it forces them to rush their shot just enough to miss.
All right, ML. Celtics, of course, continue to look inside, as their offense always does. Now Gerald missing the shot on a loose ball foul on Cedric Maxwell, which will be number 3 on Maxwell. And on the Celtics, that is their, second team foul of the quarter. Okay, 8.5 minutes left, third quarter. Celtics by 11. 65-54 as you look at Julius Irving. And now Lionel Hollins. Celtics have the Philadelphia offense spread. Oh, the steal by Henderson, the re-steal by Hollins. 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, wow.
Goodness, that looked like a charging call.
Paul Mihalik is shaking his head, saying no contact as both men are on the ground. Good move by Bobby Jones, however. 9 points for Bobby.
8 minutes left, third quarter. Henderson, Hollins on him as McHale tries to set the pick. Henderson is forced out of bounds, and the foul will be on Bobby Jones, and that is his 4th, I believe.
Yes, it is.
take a look at it.
Gerald taking the baseline, does it well, kind of skirts it, finally loses his balance after the bump by Jones. 4th foul, 2nd on the team, both teams with 2.
All right, now Mike Bantam is in. That's Bantam right there, number 42, replacing Bobby Jones, who sits down with 4 personals. Gerald Henderson for the Celtics will be on the air Tuesday night from Chicago. Maxwell to the hoop is blocked by Irving. Shot is blocked as McHale went up, but a foul in Philadelphia on Caldwell Jones.
A lot of contact under there. Max is talking to Lee Jones about it. Watch this. Watch Jay come from behind. Man, that's the advantage of being a superstar in this league. However, rebounds to Kevin with a good position, and Caldwell Jones comes over his back. So they got the second one at least.
Well, McHale will shoot 2 shots for the Celtics. And you can hear the friendly folks of Philadelphia urging him on. Kevin bangs the first one in. 66-56, Boston, 7:39, 3rd quarter. 67-56.
Only 4 points for Kevin McHale today, but he had some
3 blocks in the first quarter.
Plays, yeah, in the first quarter.
Hollins, and now Jones stolen by Henderson, or Bantam rather, restolen by Bantam, and a foul inside on the Celtics on Cedric Maxwell.
Good anticipation by Joe Henderson there. He almost got a hand on that one. If it's on Cedric, that's 4 for Max. Yeah.
Larry Bird getting set to come in for the Celtics. 4 on Maxwell.
What a move by Jay.
Sensational.
Outstanding. That's vintage Jay, I'll tell you. Behind the back, got away from Max, left him standing out there, and then brought it in and eluded McHale's outstretched arm.
All right, ML. And now McHale with 10 seconds on the shot clock. They get it into Robert Parrish, and it goes over the backboard. It'll be Philadelphia ball coming down. The Celtics lead is 9 points. Larry Bird is in. Here's the last hoop by Julius Erving.
Watch it. Behind the backs. Max went for it. And for the steal, that's all he needed. As you can see, Kevin is there. We talked about how Jay hasn't been able to do this very much against the Celtics, but boy, he did it that time.
Floating through the air with the greatest of ease. Here's the good doctor. Trying to go on Bird. Blocked by Parrish.
Wow. Boy, that time Robert Parrish got there. Pace of the game has slowed considerably on the part of both teams.
Larry's first shot of the 3rd quarter is good. 69-58.
He's been shooting as consistently from outside the last 2 or 3 months, it seems, as anyone I've ever seen, really, in this league.
He's now at 51%. Another steal, but it rolls off the knee of either Henderson or Carr, so it'll be Philadelphia ball. Andrew Toney is coming in for the Sixers, and he'll replace Lionel Hollins. 6:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Sixers have Toney, Cheeks, Irving, Bantam, and Caldwell Jones in the game right now.
Isolation. Here's the double team. Forces the switch matchups. Again, that time McHale was there.
Battle for the rebound. Larry Bird wins it, and a loose ball foul is called on Caldwell Jones.
See, Caldwell did a good job, you know, getting the offensive rebound, but you notice that little half hook. I mean, he just drilled it. He just simply does not have a good shooting touch, and that, I think, eventually is going to hurt this team. They're not getting enough production out of that center spot. 4 on Caldwell, by the way.
4 on Jones and 4 on Philadelphia here in the 3rd quarter. Robert Parrish takes it right to him and buries it. 71-58. Celtics' biggest lead since the 2nd quarter. 13 points.
As opposed to Robert Parrish, who's gotten 22 points out of that center position so far for the Celtics.
All right, Gerald Henderson. Pull up. Bang! Boston by 15. 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And the Celtics are on a roll again. They have outscored Philadelphia here in the 3rd quarter. As you take a look at Gerald Henderson's pull-up pop, they've outscored the Sixers 18-10. So now with 5.5 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's the Celtics by 15.
How she's doing? Oh, she doesn't need to hear from her mother again this week. Anyway, she's probably out after work with her friends.
I recall an evening or 2 alone when I moved away from home.
Well, I'll try, but I bet she won't be home for hours.
When you call weeknights after 5, no operator involved, you can get a low rate.
A 5-minute call 40 miles within Massachusetts for just 89 cents.
Do people like Pastine's real Italian olive oil because it's real Italian or because it tastes so good? It's a toss-up.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. We're in the first 6.5 minutes of the third quarter. There you can see where we are. We're perched up here in heaven. The Celtics have outscored the Sixers 18-10.
That's a penalty we've been assessed too, by the way, I understand.
Yes.
Hiding us up in the upper balcony here because they're mad at something that happened in Boston, supposedly. I'm not sure that all that is a ploy. There was a lot of talk after the first game about the Celtics headhunting for Tony, and they were going to get Tiny when he came in. And I don't know that the players pay that much attention to all that verbiage and the rhetoric that comes out of the various publicity departments and from management.
All right, Steve Mix is into the ball game now as the doctor is sitting down for a rest. All right, Cheeks. Now Andrew Toney. Andrew from about 20 feet rolls it off. Rebound by Mike Bantam is no good, and Larry Bird comes away. All right, Robert Parrish. And now Bird and Henderson as the Celtics push it up. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Philadelphia continues to do a pretty good job, given the rebounding discrepancy we talked about on that offensive board. Backdoor by Henderson.
McHale gets two.
McHale just overpowering completely Mike Bantam under there. Gets his 6th point of the game. But they can't finish the play off. They're getting the second and third opportunities on that board. They're not doing a bad job. But as I say, they haven't been able to get it back up there. Tony now, he knows what he's in there for. So he's forcing his offense,
yes,
as you can see.
Steve Mix comes away with a loose ball out of the pile of arms and legs. Oh, Kevin McHale gave it right back to him.
Mix is holding him on the ground.
Triggering the fast break two by Gerald Henderson. Kevin McHale with his 4th blocked shot.
Mix and McHale going at it. They're looking at each other. Bird runs back and tells him to cool it. They don't want to lose Kevin at this point.
All right, the Celtics are up by 19 points, 77-58. This is their biggest lead of the game. They led by 18 at one point in the first half. Air ball, no, just short.
Celtics have a chance to blow this thing wide open with Tony forcing his shots and Jay out of there. And they really don't have much of an offensive threat in there without Jay if Tony is not hitting.
Lee Jones calls a timeout, an official timeout, to reset the 24-second clock because for some reason it was showing 27 seconds. So they knock it down to 17.
Clint Richardson checking into the game.
Richardson is in for Philadelphia, and no, he's not. They won't let him into the game yet. All right, Bird to put it in play for the Celtics. Henderson, Bob, you said at the start of this quarter had to get his offense going, and he has, and he's been a key. And McHale on a reverse layup.
McHale just eating up Mix in there. That's really a mismatch. I'm really surprised Cunningham, is allowing that particular matchup to remain.
Foul is called on Henderson. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter, and the Celtics lead is now 21 points, their biggest of the game. Mix and Cheeks are out.
Billy got the message, by the way.
Yes.
Mix is out of there, and just, well, maybe not in time because they've got themselves a 20-point lead.
Irving missing the jump shot, and Kevin McHale coming away with the ball.
McHale, Parrish, and Bird under that defensive board now is starting to shut down the Philadelphia offensive rebounding a bit.
All right. Gerald Henderson. Celtics are up by 21. Carr with a couple of moves.
Oh, wow. Oh, they're doing a number on him now.
81-58. Boston by 23. Under 3 minutes to go, just under here in the third quarter.
Well, they've been waiting 2 years to come out of here with a win. They don't have it yet, but I'll tell you, they've got one leg up.
Andrew Toney answers, and that is the first Philadelphia hoop, I'd say, in about 4 minutes of play. 21-point lead for the Celtics right now. 2.5 minutes to go. We're in the third quarter. Still a long way to go. Larry Bird. Al Parrish. They've got 10 seconds on the shot clock. McHale has it knocked out of his hands by Bantam and Irving, and the Celtics have 5 seconds to get a shot off. Kevin McHale will put it in play for the Celtics. 2:20 left, third quarter, 81-60, Boston. Bird is the man. Fall away.
Oh, wow. Oh! He wanted that one, boy. He gave the little pump signal after knocking it home.
Andrew Toney responds at the other end. But the Celtics are still up by 21 to Parrish. 23 again. Basket counts, and he's fouled by Caldwell Jones. That is number 5 on Jones.
24 for Parrish. There it is. There's the breakaway. Something Robert's been doing so effectively all year long. Beating that opposing center. Down floor, getting a good lead pass.
Cancel the foul. They said there was no foul, so Jones has not picked up his 5th. At first, when they blew the whistle, we anticipated a foul call. The shot is no good for Philadelphia. Caldwell Jones, the rebound, took a few steps and then drilled a hook shot in.
Well, that's the shot we were talking about. That time he ran it right home, but it's not a high. It's high percentage in terms of being close to the basket, but there's absolutely no arc on it. I mean, he's got to hit just the right spot. Needs to soften it up just a bit.
Oh, nice lob pass to McHale for the turnaround. The Celtics are smoking.
Beautiful. Gave up the layup. Made a 15-footer out of about an 8-footer, but still got it home. Of course, that's his shot, as we've said in the past.
1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics are sitting on a 23-point lead, folks, 87-64. Julius Erving. Little pump fake, and now gets it back to Richardson. Block. Battle for the ball. Philadelphia comes away with it. Caldwell Jones clanks it off the heel of the rim, and a foul on Philadelphia. Robert Parrish went down hard as he banged in with Richardson, but the Chief is okay.
Philadelphia's getting a little frustrated too, so we can look for the action and get a bit more physical if that's possible.
Well, we have 51 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. So far in this quarter, the Celtics have outscored Philadelphia 32-16. They have doubled their output. And this is what we were talking about at the top of the 3rd quarter. Could the Celtics' defensive intensity do at the start of the 2nd half what they did at the start of the 1st half, and that was just shut Philadelphia down totally.
They shut the breakdown. The transition game picked up. They made sure they got back quickly, and against Philly, that's what you need, because they get that outlet pass out very quickly, and then with the speed they've got in front, and Jay usually filling that next lane, if you're not very alert to it, why they're going to burn you as they did in the 2nd quarter.
25 points now for Robert Parrish. And Kevin McHale has another rebound in his heat play in the 3rd quarter, and he either twisted his ankle or someone stepped on it, and the foul is called on Philadelphia.
He waves it off, though. I think he's saying he's okay. Well, this is the way to get a defensive rebound. White. Banham with the 2 fakes finally gets Parrish up, but isn't able to run it home. Banham, not a particularly good shooter either, but you can see,
twisted his left ankle a little bit as it got caught with Caldwell Jones. All right, at the line, Kevin McHale shooting 1 plus the penalty shot with 39 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics have their biggest lead right now, 24 points, 25 points. Celtics leading 89-64 with 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They've outscored Philadelphia 34-16 now.
I'll tell you, is this team playing basketball in the last couple of months?
My goodness, they are just on a roll and a half right now. Andrew Toney.
They've managed to quiet this capacity crowd down pretty well, too. Now, he's one kid, obviously Jay also, but he's a kid that can get you back in a hurry, so you just don't want to let him get on a roll. Let him get his hoop every now and then, but keep hitting him with the double team. Try to pick him up early. Don't let him get the hot hands going.
Ball is out of bounds off Mike Banham. It'll be Celtics ball. Henderson, Carr, Parrish, McHale, and Bird in there for the Celtics. Toney in there for Philadelphia at one of the guard spots. They got the Curitan in the ball game now. ML, oh boy, everything's flowing for ML today. 17 points.
Is it going down for ML? As you can see, you've got to find him early because his range is is well out there.
Well, a great 3rd quarter. That's all you can say. Here's ML's hoop. Just before the 3rd quarter came to a close with 17 points for ML. The Celtics now lead after 3 quarters, 92-66. And the Celtics just stunning Philadelphia in the 3rd quarter. A 37-18 Celtics third quarter, 37-18, and now they lead 92-66, a 26-point lead. Their biggest of the game is what they're enjoying right now.
Well, the way the Celtics have been playing, a win was not unexpected, but certainly a blowout of this proportion. Boy, I don't think anyone would have liked to have predicted that one.
The Celtics starting the third quarter with the fourth quarter rather, with Henderson, Carr, Parrish, Maxwell, and Bird. Philadelphia starting with Richardson, Tony, Curitan, Bantam, and Irving. Parrish drops another one in. Give him 27 points now.
What they have to do now is obviously take the break when they have it. But if they don't have it, you know, don't force it. Come down and do exactly what they did in that first play. Just run that good motion half-court offense of theirs and produce a good shot. Not allow Philadelphia to run 2 or 3 or 4 hoops off on you at a time. This is how they got back into it in the second quarter.
Foul was on Earl Curitan, and so the Celtics have the ball back again. Oh, look at this by Maxwell. Basket counts, and he was fouled, and the Celtics are leading by 30 with 11 minutes to go in the game.
Take a peek as Max, this time getting the good position on Jay. Little jump hook, I guess you'd call that.
And with a crowd of 18,000 starts to file out, believe it or not, with 11 minutes to go in the game of a Celtics 76er game. People are leaving the auditorium.
I hope we're not doing another game for me. They'll put us on the roof the next time. They must really be upset now.
Maxwell misses the foul shot. Cheeks, Bantam, sort of hammering his way in for 2.
Yeah, it's
and
not
the foul
smooth.
is on Maxwell.
The Philadelphia offense has really stuttered and sputtered here in the second half. Off the board.
Well, Mike Bantam is shooting one shot for the 76ers. Mike Bantam try to make it a 3-point play. Next Sunday, the Sixers will be at the Garden to play the Celtics. Bantam rolls it in, so it's a 3-point play for Mike Bantam, and it's 96-69. The Celtics are up by 27. They've got 2-on-2. ML to Maxwell. They kick it back outside. Good job by Maxwell. He knew he was too far under.
Full court zone pressure on the part of Bird cooking on the part of Philadelphia that time, but there was no zip to it. It was almost passive, and boy, if you're going to extend that defense 94 feet, you better work at it. Tony from outside.
3-point hoop. 3-point hoop for Andrew Tony. That cuts the Celtics back to a 26-point advantage with 10.5 minutes to play in the game. Gerald Henderson with Mo Cheeks on him, who has come back in. Cheeks and Tony the guards now, and the Celtics throw it away into the hands of Curitan. And Bantam on the cut for 2. And so Philadelphia has outscored the Celtics 7-2 here in the last minute of play. Celtics lead is right now 24 points with 10 minutes left. 98-74. Celtics took the lead at 6-4 in this game after trailing 4-2. They hit 2 straight hoops, went ahead 6-4, and have not trailed since, and they are just gunning here in the second half. I mean, everyone's smoking.
10 points for Henderson here now in the second half.
And a foul on Carr.
You know, it obviously has to be a very satisfying win for the coach and for the Celtics. And even more so, I think, by virtue of the fact that, you know, it's happening here away from home on the dreaded Philadelphia court where they haven't won in the last 8 shots during the season, but also against a team that is not letting down. In other words, Philadelphia, as we pointed out early, came out to play. Tony with a good move.
Well, this could end up as a 3-point play as Tony was fouled by ML Carr, and he'll be to the line to shoot one. Look at it again.
Well, same thing. See, ML's giving him baseline. That's what he takes. And the quick step frees him, gets ML on his back, and kid can shoot.
ML is going to sit down now as he has picked up his 4th personal foul. At the line, Andrew Tony makes it a 3-point play. So 9.5 minutes remain to be played in the game. The Celtics lead by 23. They've got 2-on-1. Chris Ford, who's just checked in. Back to Maxwell. It's blocked by Curitan, but a foul is called on Earl Curitan, and Cedric Maxwell will go to the free throw line for the Celtics. Here's a shot of Billy Cunningham, who is obviously not thrilled with the way things are going. All right, Maxwell to shoot a pair for the Celtics. Bird has 23 points. Parrish is the leading scorer for the Celtics. He has 27 right now. At the line, Cedric Maxwell, in the last 19 games for the Celtics, been averaging 18.5 points per game. Drops the first one in. The Celtics are 101-77 leaders right now by 24 with 9.5 left. Make it 25. And Philadelphia wants a timeout. So we've got 9.5 minutes left to play in the basketball game here at the Spectrum. And right now the Celtics are sitting pretty with a 25-point lead. It's the Celtics 102, Philadelphia 77.
Here comes the $750 price break from Ford. Get $750 back on every new Mustang. $750 back on every new Fairmont Futura. $750 back on every new Granada and Granada wagon. But hurry, you must take delivery between now and April 3rd. It's the $750 price break from Ford.
Here comes Ford.
You're looking at the Celtics huddle as Bill Fitch talks to his basketball team with 9.5 to go in the game. The Celtics are leading by 25, 102-77. The all-new world champion Celtic 81-82 yearbook is available, 48 pages, great color pictures by our good friend Dick Rayfield. And you can get one by sending $4 to Celtics Yearbook. Post Office Box 5, Boston 02114. In the first half, in the Midwest Final at St. Louis, it is Boston College 22 and Houston 19 as the Eagles bid to make the Final Four. Villanova was beaten earlier today by North Carolina in the Eastern Final 70-60. Boston College trying to become the second Big East team to get into the Final Four. Georgetown's already in. All right, Hollins and now Curitin, who is kind of small for NBA center at 6'9". The ball is out of bounds off Philadelphia. It'll be Celtics ball. Sixers have Cheeks, Tony, Curitin, Bobby Jones, and
2-1-2 zone pressure again by Philadelphia. No contest. Celtics move it up easily.
Henderson buries another one. He has really had the hot hand here in the third and fourth quarter. Celtics are back up by 27 points. Hollins. Basket is good, and a foul is called in low. Foul was on Larry Bird. That's his third personal. And it was away from the shot. So you'll see Larry here pushing off, I believe, on Curitin. Yeah, right there.
Kind of setting a pick for Hollins in low, and Larry kind of eliminates the pick.
Now Curitin got only one shot because the basket went in. All right, Bird. Now Henderson as Philadelphia traps on the ball, but the Celtics smoothly over midcourt. Ford on the baseline. Parrish, foul line jumper.
Philadelphia with their speed lineup and staying in that 1-2-2 zone pressure, trying to, not so much they'd like to have the steal. Tony, another three-pointer.
104-83 now. The Celtics lead is back down to 21 points as the Sixers have had a 6-0 run here.
There it is. There's the 1-2-2. Celtics are handling it all right. What they'd like to produce with the zone pressure is to force the quick shot from the Celtics. And obviously hope they miss the quick shot, but they just want to speed up the action, which is what's happening right now.
Hollins dishing it off to Cheeks.
Oh, boy. Hollins had the layup. Yeah.
Tony, another three-point shot. Woo! He's got 3 of them.
Well, told you a while ago, if this sprint kid can bring him back in. Bill Fitch with a very timely TO here.
The Celtics have been outscored 9-0 in the last minute and a half. So we're down to 8 minutes left to play in the game. Andrew Toney is bringing the Sixers back to within range. It is 104-86 Boston.
Shelves is an army of buyers. Every day they comb the market for values that mean big savings for Stop and Shop customers. When our buyers hear of a good deal, they buy in large quantities and stock our warehouse so low prices last longer.
Like Scotty's Tissues, wider colors, and Colonial Extra Mild Franks.
Stop and Shop. The difference is behind our shelves.
Be sure to vote for the Stop and Shop Celtic Player of the Game at any participating Stop and Shop. No purchase necessary. Your ballot is drawn at a televised game. You win a $25 Stop and Shop gift certificate. And if it correctly names the Celtic Player of the Game, you win a $100 Stop and Shop gift certificate instead. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy here at the Spectrum, where the Celtics have seen their 30-point lead dwindle down now to 18 at 104-86, a 9-0 run by the 76ers in the last minute and a half. Andrew Toney, a pair of three-point shots. As a matter of fact, he hit the jumper. Was it? No, that was Hollins. All right.
Yeah, Andrews up to 23 points. As we pointed out earlier, he's only averaging 16. So once again, he seems to, the Celtics seem to bring out the best in him. They're staying in this. Now it's 2-1-2. It was 1-2-2. The Celtics want to run the clock down. They're getting, you know, the shots they want without anyone guarding, but they want to get the best possible shot.
Foul on Lionel Hollins as Parrish tried to turn to the baseline and go up for the shot.
Not necessarily the quick shot, which is the point we made a while ago. The zone is designed to do that too, because, you know, the shots are without a lot of defensive pressure. And as we pointed out in the past, this is when you have the tendency to miss them, although you don't miss too many from up there.
Boy, oh boy, watch this by Robert Parrish.
There's the Chris Ford move. He draws a crowd that time, but that opens it up for Robert. Obviously, the zone posture leaves you vulnerable as far as offensive rebounding because no one's guarding a man, therefore they're not boxing him out.
Tony, who's smoking right now, knocks in another one. 106-88, 7 minutes, 15 seconds left. Robert Parrish's last hoop, I believe, has given him 29 in the game. Parrish with 29 and Bird with 25 leading the Celtics right now.
All sorts of mismatches there as a result of the zone.
Make it 31 for Robert Parrish.
Celtics are starting to exploit the zone now. And I think it should break down unless Tony makes 18 more three-pointers. Well,
tries another one.
Well, you know, there's no sense to that. Now that
was about a 26-foot shot.
You know, we made the speech earlier about how this kid's improved, and he has, but he still continues to force the offense somewhat.
Chris Ford.
Good move by Chris.
Way to go, old-timer. 110-88. Foul on... No foul. Palming the ball. The call on Mo Cheeks. Good defensive play there by Henderson, who forced him into that turnover. 6.5 minutes to play.
Still in the zone. They're trying to trap it, but as they get tired, the trap takes much longer to get put in place, and it makes it just that much easier for the Celtics to pick their offense.
Well, Philadelphia had crawled to within 18 points, but the Celtics offensive machine is rolling again. Tony falls down, and a foul is going to be called on Chris Ford. Now, Curitin and Bobby Jones go out for Philadelphia. Julius Erving and Caldwell Jones check in for the Sixers. 112-88, the Celtics are on top. 6:13 left to play in the game, and Andrew Toney's at the line. Tony,
in this situation especially, is very reluctant to hit that free man. So really, almost, they should, I think, put 2 men on him the minute he comes over half court. Certainly with the ball, because he, you know, especially since he's hit what, three-pointers or two?
Three.
He's going to be looking for that quick shot.
And he makes both free throws. Tony, 6'3", 190-pound second-year player from Southwest Louisiana, and a foul is called on Robert Parrish. Offensive foul.
Well, Bill Fitch upset at that one. I don't know whether he's upset at Robert or at Lee Jones for making the call.
All right, Celtics up by 22. Tony looking for the shot. Gets it.
Is he strong, that kid? That time he brought it right to Robert and got it in over.
Yes, sirree.
29 points for Tony now.
Bird still in the backcourt, but it's up front now to McHale, who runs into trouble, and the steal by Julius Erving. Under 6 minutes to go on the cut to Hollins, misses a layup. Cheeks, rather. Woo. Boy. All right, Gerald Henderson. Celtics by 20 right now, 112-92. Their biggest lead has been 30. At the half, it was only 7.
Celtics running down the clock, down to 4.
4 on the shot clock. Robert Parrish will take it and does not make it. Cheeks comes out of there for Philly. All the way. He misses another one.
Would you believe he did it twice? Well, if there was any question, this one should do it here. No.
Gale missing the reverse layup.
Thought Kevin had it on the strong side. He went under the basket. There's Cheeks. Tries it
Parrish
again.
blocks the shot. Celtics have just been intimidating with those twin towers, as Maxwell calls them. Parrish and McHale defensively.
Shooks is upset. He's trying to do it himself now after missing that first layup, but trying to bring it into Robert Parrish that way isn't going to get it done.
Ford, now Bird. And Kevin McHale.
Celtics working
2
the
seconds
clock
on the shot
very
clock.
well.
Henderson gets it away, but no. He said the Celtics had run out of their 24 seconds.
Well, that's all right. You know, you're almost better off, you know, letting the clock run out, you know, obviously than taking a quick shot. With this kind of a lead and 4.5 minutes left.
All right, Andrew Toney has hit 3 3-point shots, trying for his 4th. Flanks it off the front, and Bird gets another rebound. Henderson, 4:20 left on the cut. Parrish. Ball won't drop now. This is 2-on-2. Irving.
Beautiful.
He's an artist.
20 points for Jay.
The Celtics want a timeout as their lead is back down to 18 points. They kept, they built it, they lost it, and they built it and lost it a little bit again now. Still 18, however. Watch this by Jay.
Jay just teases the defense, doesn't he, when he's in an open court like that? Just outstanding body ballet, I guess. It's, I don't know, there's any basketball player has ever been able to do quite the things that he can do on a basketball floor in terms of body control and hanging in the air. Seems indefinitely.
Does it with the greatest of ease. In the first half at St. Louis, the Boston College Eagles 33, Houston 31. As those two clubs battle for a spot in the Final Four. Georgetown, Louisville, North Carolina are already in. And, of course, the winner of BC Houston will be in to play North Carolina.
You know, other than having an outstanding third quarter and breaking the game open, one of the many reasons for this is the fact that they held Dr. J to 2 points early. And he only has 2 here in the last quarter. He's got a total of 20 points. So he's averaging, I think, 24 and change.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's 5th in the league in scoring, 24.3. So that doesn't do you any harm. But that, to some degree, you know, we saw him lay that move, remember, in the third quarter on Max. In fact, his only basket of that third quarter, where he left Max on the sideline and brought it into McHale. But to my knowledge, that's the only hoop, other than the breakaway hoops like the last one on the break. Off the set offense, that's the only time he's gotten it into the basket. And I think this is going to play in the playoffs a very vital role as far as the overall success of the Celtics.
Coming into this game, looking at the comparative statistics of Julius Irving and Larry Bird, 2 great superstars. Irving averaging 24 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists with 139 steals and 118 blocked shots. Bird coming in averaging 23 a game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 120 steals, 58 blocked shots.
Oh, what a play.
What a great play by Irving.
Outstanding defensive play by Jay.
3-point shot for Lionel Hollins. Philadelphia's within 15 points now.
I'll tell you, give them credit. They're hanging in.
And the ball is out of bounds off ML Carr. And the Sixers, who were down 30 points about 5-6 minutes ago, have come storming back. They are within 15 of the Celtics right now.
Celtics have learned over the years nothing comes easy here at the Spectrum.
Tiny Archibald is in now, replacing Gerald Henderson. Carr goes for the steal. Toney, a 3-point shot. Uh-oh. Here comes Philly. They're within 12.
32 for Toney.
112 to 100. The Celtics lead is down to 12 points.
Good move by Bill Fitch getting Tiny in there, especially in an open court with that extended defense. He should be able to do some damage with his penetration.
Philadelphia has cut 18 points off of the Celtics lead that they had earlier in this quarter. Maxwell to ML Carr. Does not get it. Philadelphia still very much alive. They've hit 5 3-point shots here in the fourth quarter. Irving. This is a 2-point shot. Missing the shot, and Robert Parrish has the rebound. And we're down inside 3 minutes to play in the game. The Celtics lead is 12 points, 112 to 100. They led by 7 at the half. And they led by 16 after 3 quarters. Ball isn't dropping right now for Boston. And here comes Jay floating. for two. Down to 10 points. 2.5 minutes left. The Celtics lead is down to 10. 112 to 102, and Maxwell is fouled by Andrew Toney.
Only the 4th team foul on Philadelphia, so it will not bring him to the line.
Celtics have missed their last, I believe, 5 trips up the floor. Toney now has, what, 32 points?
32 points, 4 fouls.
And timeout is taken by Philadelphia. So stick around, because Philadelphia now, with 2.5 minutes left to play in the game, as you watch Julius Erving here come floating in for that layup. And that has brought the Sixers to within 10 points. Well, Robert, about 6 minutes ago, the Celtics were rolling along with a 30-point lead. And you said that you got to be careful of Andrew Toney, because he's the one guy who can bring you back in the game. And Andrew Toney has been the guy to do it here in the 4th quarter. What's he got? 16 points in the 4th quarter for Toney alone. 3 of them on 3-point shots, or is it 4?
Well, that'll get you back into it in a hurry. Yeah, he's got 4. If he had 3 before, that gave him.
And Hollins has 1.
At 20. What is it? 23.9.
23, almost 24 feet at its furthest distance. That is out behind the foul circle.
Well, you know, the Celtics got well, a 30-point lead, and obviously let down a little bit. And Philadelphia, as I say, they're hanging in. They seem, however, that defensively, as I say, they're still in that zone pressure, trying to trap the ball, as you can see. Celtics are spreading the offense out, making them work a little harder, running the clock down, and they're not quite as alert. The Celtics are getting the shots. They've just, you know, missed them, and of course, Philadelphia's capitalized. But I still don't think there's too much to worry about.
Larry Bird answers them back with a 20-footer. 114 to 102. 2 minutes to go. The Celtics by 12.
29 for Bird.
Toney up over Parrish, and air ball into the hands of Bird.
Take it home. Good win.
Maxwell. Minute and 50 to go. Max to the hoop. And he does not get his 2, but Parrish gets 2. Goaltending. 2 for Robert Parrish, giving him 33 in the game. And Bird has what, 31? 29. Here's the goaltending call. The Celtics are back up by 14 with 1 minute and 40 to go. Philadelphia made a run, coming to within 10, and a foul is called on the Celtics. Philly made a run over about a 5-minute stretch, chopping 20 points off the Celtics lead to get it down to 10, but now the Celtics have pushed it back to 14 points. Foul is on Cedric Maxwell, and he goes out, and Kevin McHale checks in for the Celtics. At the foul line is Andrew Toney with 2 free throws for Philadelphia. Today he has 33 points. His high in the season, of course, that great game a couple of weeks ago on national television against the Lakers when he scored 46. Philadelphia had won 7 of 8 coming into this game. The Celtics, of course, working on a 14-game win streak, looking for number 15. Again, the zone in the backcourt, trapping on the ball, but Parrish to Bird, and they quickly get it up front. 1 minute and 25 seconds left to play. The Celtics are leading by 12.
The idea, as you can see, is keep the offense split, so that forces the defense to work that much harder.
Foul on Caldwell Jones. And Kevin McHale will go to the line for the Celtics. There's Billy Cunningham.
Yeah, Billy's upset, but again, you know, this is not a game that the officials had much to do with in terms of the final outcome, I'll tell you. They've done a pretty good job in a game that was extremely physical from just about the entire first half and a good part of the 3rd quarter before the Celtics opened up their big lead.
Kevin McHale makes it 117 to 104. The Celtics now within 1 minute and 18 seconds of their 15th win in a row. McHale knocks them both home. We'll be on the air Tuesday night at 8:30 from Chicago when the Celtics tangle with the Chicago Bulls. Irving, basket counts. Foul is called on McHale. 118-106, 1 minute and 12 to go. Here's
the it is. Jay takes it right to the muscle here. Knifes his way between Parrish and McHale, both the 2 premier ejectors for the Celtics, and only gets to hoop, it picks up the foul.
Great move by Irving. All right, Carr, and now Tiny Archibald back to ML Carr in the front court. Celtics with a minute to play are leading by 11, 118 to 107. Parrish, hello. Basket counts, and he's fouled by Caldwell Jones. The big man, the Chief, has 35 points. His high coming into this game this season was 36. Here it is.
That's where the zone is vulnerable, especially when you got it spread out. And that's what it takes, an immediate decision. When it gets into the middle about foul line and height, you've got to turn, face the hoop, put the pressure on the one man guarding the basket, and then bring it into him, force him to make that decision.
And he has 36 points, equaling his high of the season so far. All right, 121 to 107. Andrew Toney to the hoop. 23 points in this fourth quarter for Toney. Breaks a record for points in a quarter. Breaks which record?
Here it is. Toney takes it in, gets clobbered from behind by ML and from in front by Robert Parrish. So Toney goes to the line looking for his 35th point unofficially and knocks it down.
24 now in this quarter, and that is the most points ever scored by anyone here in the Spectrum in one quarter. 25 points in the fourth quarter for Andrew Toney. Can you believe that? Danny Ainge is in the game. Now they get it ahead to McHale with 45 seconds left. Down to the big man over midcourt. Parrish is 36 points. Celtics right now up by 12. Just trying to force Philadelphia into a foul. Ainge, and now a foul is called on the Sixers. And foul was called on Curidan. And so Robert Parrish goes to the foul line for the Celtics with a chance to better his previous season's high point total. 2 shots. He does it with the first one. He got now 37 points in and out on the second one. 37 for Robert Parrish. A gang of rebounds, several block shots. Foul called on ML Carr for banging into Lionel Hollins with 28 seconds left. Celtics leading by 13. Their biggest lead of the game has been 30.
I think that'll be all for ML. I've got him for 6.
Played an outstanding game. Had what, 17 points, something like that?
Yep, 17.
At the foul line, Lionel Hollins for Philadelphia. The Celtics trailed early 4-2. From then on, they did not trail again. They went ahead with 4 points, 6-4, and have led ever since. 25-15 at the quarter, 55-48 at the half, 92-66 after 3 quarters, and now with 28 seconds left, Boston leads 122 to 109. And Lionel Hollins is shooting 2 shots. Gets the first. Boston College and Houston tied at 41 in the first half of their game. Right now, Hollins.
That first half score?
That is still in the first half.
High scoring.
High scoring indeed. Bird to Danny Ainge, and he is fouled by Hollins, and so Ainge will go down the other end to shoot a pair for the Celtics. Well, this has been a very, very, very big win for the Celtics, coming in looking for their 15th in a row, looking to take a 4-game lead on Philadelphia in the loss column with, after today, 15 games left for the Celtics and 16 for Philadelphia. And a big hand from the large Celtics contingent here in Philly for Robert Parrish. The Chief leads with 37 points.
Big guy did quite a job today.
Did he ever?
As he's been doing for the last 2 years, really, for the Celts.
Danny Ainge does not make both of them. He made one. 123 to 111. 24 seconds left. Toney going to take a 3-pointer, I think. No, he doesn't. He dishes it off to Hollins. Now Toney will take a 3-pointer. Guess again. Mo Cheeks missing the shot, and the ball is out of bounds off of the Celtics. It'll be Philadelphia ball with 12 seconds to play in the game. At the end of the first half in St. Louis, Houston leads Boston College 46-43. Hyde Irving lost the ball, and Larry Bird picked it up. He gets it away to Fernston, and now to Archibald, and the clock ticks away, and the Celtics have made it 15 straight. 123 to 111 over Philadelphia. The first time since January 20th of 1979 that the Celtics have won a regular season game over the Sixers here in Philadelphia. They did it this afternoon by 12 over the Sixers, 123 to 111 as you see the Celtics filing out. And a very, very big win for Boston as they, in effect, obliterated Philadelphia with a third-quarter explosion that just put the thing away. So, the Celtics win it 123 to 111. And we'll be right back with our wrap-up to see if we have a Stop and Shop customer match for our Celtic Player of the Game.